Last time, my trip across Honshū on local trains took me to a station platform with its own footbaths, and then to the city of Maizuru in northern Kyoto, where I've stopped for a couple of days to wander around. Good morning, I'm still Jeremy, and I've chosen a place here to start this video where I'm going to wander around this town, and they are unloading some very noisy looking maintenance equipment or something out of this truck. So I'll speak quickly. So I'm here at Higashi-Maizuru station in the city of Maizuru in northern Kyōto Prefecture. So if you saw the last video, my train brought me here from Tottori, and I'm gonna go wander this area a little bit. This is not Nishi-Maizuru station, which I think is a bigger station, sort of more in the center of town. This is Higashi-Maizuru station, which is the eastern station of the city. So let's go wander the streets around Higashi-Maizuru station. So the first thing you notice is a car elevator here. I haven't seen much of this place, but I have seen several of these. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? I've been waiting for this forever. After years of wondering exactly how these work, it's not really that surprising after you see one in action. You enter your car number, and the structure, this type at least, automatically shifts the other platforms side to side and up and down like a big puzzle, and yours ends up at ground level, ready to be driven away. This one had a twist ending though. The car in question bubbled up from underground. What a way to start out a video. I've always wondered how that works. I see these car elevators and I think, well, if my car's up there, how do I get it down? We have evidence now of how it works. By the way, a little bit about the station here. If you see the kind of between the trees, there's like a concrete kind of wall up high. That's the train line. That's the Obama train line that goes east from here. The station is here behind this big white building. This is also a train line. That is the Maizuru line. They're connected, so you can technically, theoretically, take trains across them, although I don't think any or very many do. Hey, there's one right now, going down south on the Maizuru line. Excellent timing, train. But what I wanted to say is that trains come in from the Maizuru from down south and they park on the platform here at the station. Trains can also come in from the east on the Obama line. They can park on the same platform. They park sort of next to each other because trains don't tend to go through. So two trains will show up, they'll park there, and then they'll just leave again later. Kind of an unusual situation. Okay, I sense a very good checklist day coming. Even if there's only that one item checked off, it's still a success. But actually, there's a cool motor scooter here. Interesting colors too. It's a Thursday morning, just before 9 a.m. So a lot of stuff won't be open or will be just opening. The population of Maizuru as a city is slowly falling. It peaked in the 50s like Nimi, same exact deal. Been doing censuses since 1920, and in the 50s it peaked, and then it's been a steady, slow decline since then. And it is forecast to be a hot day. This town, the city, is famous for its humidity. Even for a Japanese city, this one's famous for it. That's not a good sign. But what I've noticed since I've been here, and even right now, the air has a coolness to it, has a kind of a clear, not a crispness, but it seems very clean. And we're right on the Sea of Japan, so I guess there's a lot of winds blowing off the Sea of Japan, blowing that sweet Siberian air on us. But it seems like it's just kind of a big open place. There aren't like real tall buildings and stuff, but it's kind of a wide valley here. Low mountains around us, so it's very kind of open and airy. And hopefully today I can get out to the actual port, which is a few blocks away from here, I think. I've got my camera bag with me, but I left my drone in the room because there is kind of a big Japanese naval force presence here. Not here in town, but sort of on this part of the coast. And there are helipads and stuff like that, and it's a no-fly zone for drones. So I didn't even bother bringing it, unfortunately. It's laundry day, but only for one pair of socks. Nice river. And down there, if you can see it somewhere right about there, it's like a little monument with a cross on it or something. Unusual in Japan. And here's a weed whacker. So, oh, I see what they're doing. Just caught on. They're making they're cutting down all the weeds look like that. So they've gotten this far, and now I guess it's break time. There's another little monument. It's not a monument, it's a marker for something. To my American eyes, looks like a cross, but I guess to Japanese aquatic engineering, it's just a marker for something. I proclaim Higashi-Maizuru, the kingdom of Jeremy. All right, well, this up here is the J.R. Obama train line. Trains don't run too often, so probably won't see one now unless I get real lucky. But that's what I'll be taking when I go that way tomorrow. Way down several train lines. Tomorrow's quite an epic day. I've got planned on the trains. And when you are on trains going over these kind of elevated lines and stuff, here's what you never see. You never see the super interesting textured ivy and vines and stuff growing on the underside of it. This is the view. You have to kind of wander around to see. I've just noticed that the one place I chose to stand at this intersection, because I want to cross over there, it's the only one that doesn't have a crosswalk. The other three have crosswalks. So I'm just going to wander across. Man, oh man, this pedestrian infrastructure, you gotta pay attention. It'll help you out, but you have to pay attention to the little details. There's a beer vending machine and other drinks and some actual Japanese sake. $210 for a little box of rice wine. Okay, I am a few blocks away from the port area and I'm gonna walk there, see the water. Take a look at I think it's Maizuru Bay on the Sea of Japan. Too bad the Yokokawa hybrid CD shop isn't open. What's a hybrid CD? Gosh, I'd like to cross this road, but there's no crossing here. What can I do? Oh wait, there's a walkway overhead. Hey, cool. From up here on the walkway, you can actually see the bay. Just a couple more blocks. Okay, now we're talking. In town, there's this odd kind of marine feel. How the shops and the walls and stuff are all weathered. Has kind of the feel of a little Florida town, but you don't actually see any water. But here on the water, you see why that is. Looks like the guys in the orange are Maizuru City Rescue, and the guys in the blue are Kyōto Prefecture. And they're collaborating on training exercises at this big place. What is this? I'm hot just strolling around in my short sleeves, carrying a 3-kilogram camera bag. Can't imagine doing all that in this heat, this humidity, wearing those big jumpsuits and stuff. Okay, well, in my hotel, if there's a big earthquake and I'm on the 7th floor and it's a disaster area and I need help, no problem. I'm sure these guys will come and save me. At least they could. I just hope they would. All right, here's the front of the building, just Maizuru City's fire department. Awesome. And the port. You want to hear something pathetic? Watching those guys jump up and down the buildings and run around and shimmy along the wire and stuff. My back kind of hurts standing there watching them holding my camera back. Shut up. Either that's more training exercises, or it's like rowing teams practicing, or we're being invaded by Barbary pirates. And whichever it is, it's kind of cool. From this point, ocean. Thanks for the helpful sign. Uh-oh, they've turned around, they're going back now. They saw me standing here with my camera and they got freaked out. Turn around, turn around. So that big ferry there, or some big ferries around here, that over there is the ferry terminal for Maizuru. And these are the ferries, I believe, that go all the way up to Hokkaido or Aomori. And I've always wanted to do it, and I almost did so last winter, but I didn't get the chance. But someday I'll be back here and I'll be taking that ferry up there, or taking a ferry from there back to here. That's an interesting idea. Because on this whole trip, I haven't actually thought of how I'm getting back to Osaka when I get to the final station. And I thought, well, I could just take the Shinkansen back through Tokyo, or I could fly back, or there is a ferry that would bring me here. And then from here, it's not too hard to get back to Osaka. I think there's an express train. There are locations for convenience stores, and then there are locations for convenience stores. This sign commemorates wives and mothers waiting at the quay. For years, Maizuru was a main port for soldiers returning to Japan after World War II, especially from Siberia. Some women and families would come to wait again and again here, waiting for returnees who often never showed up. Okay, I walked back to the station area along some streets that I have not seen yet. Try to check some more stuff off the checklist. It hasn't gone as amazingly as I thought it would, but we'll see what's up here and take a look at more of the Higashi-Maizuru area. The good and the bad. Okay, I'm back here at Higashi-Maizuru Station, and what a walk around a really nice town, a really fun place here in this part of Maizuru. And I take back what I said about the checklist. I always think that the checklist isn't going well because I always forget about things I saw, but I think it went extremely well today. So here's what we got. Abandoned bicycle, interesting statue or figurine, motor scooter, obachan with cart, notable bird, cartoon drawing on sign, graffiti, hair salon, tree cut into circles, car elevator, beer vending machine. Did I predict it or did I predict it? So, thank you for walking around Higashi-Maizuru area with me. The next video will be an overly ambitious series of trains. I'm going from here all the way across Kansai, way down to Aichi. It's the most ambitious yet. It's several trains, 6 prefectures. It's kind of a daunting thing, and that's tomorrow, so I'll see you for that video if you want to follow along this whole big trip across Honshū on local trains only. In more detail, you can do that on Patreon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Special thanks this week in random order to Will Phillips, Russell Davis, David Richley, Ray Nichols, John Pfeiffer, Samantha, and Matt Kane. Thanks for wandering around Higashi-Maizuru with me. Everywhere is worth exploring.